face up together. So now that they match up, the higher seeds will be the higher seed for the match picks. So Fnatic, you came out #1 out of your group, so you'll be the higher seed in this matchup. Team A or Team B?
Team B.
Team B. So Loud, you will be Team A. And we will start with your first ban.
We ban Fracture.
Fracture. And your ban?
Pearl.
Pearl. And then map #1.
We pick Ascent.
Okay. Side on Ascent.
Let's go defense.
Defense.
Defense. Okay. And map #2.
Lotus.
Lotus. Side on Lotus.
Attack.
Okay. And next set of bans, starting with Loud, you have Haven, Bind, and Split.
Oh. Yeah, we ban Bind.
Ban Bind. Your ban, you have Haven and Split.
Yeah, we'll ban Haven.
Ban Haven. So map #3 will be Split. Loud, Side on Split.
Attack.
Okay, let's run through this, make sure we're all set. First set of bans, we have Loud with Fracture, Fnatic with Pearl. Map #1 is Ascent with Fnatic on Defense. Map #2 is Lotus with Loud on Attack. Next set of bans were Bide and Haven. Map #3, Decider, is Split with Loud on Attack. All right, good luck to you both.
Oh, good luck. Good luck, guys.
Loud. Fnatic.
This is the rematch to end all rematches. What has Loud learned since that 3-11 heartbreak? And do they have what it takes to get their revenge?
So much has changed for these two teams this year. Fnatic went from making a comeback happen at Lock-In to becoming the favorites, looking for their first champions and a three-peat. And Loud, well, they've struggled in the last two events. They have an opportunity here to defend their title.
Yeah, no icebox in the map pool this time around for them, Baller. But what did you make of those picks there? Ascent coming in for Loud and then Lotus and Fnatic.
I mean, shocking that they didn't go for Haven, right? Like, it's just so shocking because that's the one where they looked really good against Team Liquid. They continue to dominate on that map, and they play Comfort Agents.
What is this creature that Chronicle is holding?
I think that's what they call a dog. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
Is it a robot?
I have no idea, but it looks like that is a robot dog. There we go. I mean, Aspas has been collecting dogs on stage for
Yeah, will it be
every
the stuffed
tournament.
animals or the robots to win today?
Yeah.
That's the big question, I suppose.
Mecha dog, so that Aspas can not collect it because it's like Frieza coming back after snow.
I love that reference so much. I love it. But yeah, let's bring it back to the map vetoes here because I'm gonna sell some Loud copium. Do you know what? I'm gonna do it because Fnatic, they've lost 8 maps this year. 2 of them were on Fracture, which Loud do not play. They banned it, and the other, the map that they've lost twice on, the other one besides Fracture, is Ascent.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, the only loss they have ever had on Lotus, Mimi, was also against Loud. So maybe they have some kind of read into this.
I'm less confident about Lotus for Loud, but on Ascent, I think there is an opportunity here. We haven't seen Fnatic play this since EMEA. It's been a while since they've shown their Ascent, but I would expect them to go back to that default comp. Be one of these increasingly rare maps where we actually get Leo on Sova, we get Durka on Jet, and Loud, like we were talking about earlier, they've been experimenting. They tried that Breach comp that honestly did not look that good in their hands, but they went back to their default comp to close out the group stage and looked pretty good on it.
Yeah, they look pretty good, and you know, that's one where they're legendary. Obviously they fell off at Tokyo, they fell off slightly before as well, but that's not a spot where I'm like worried about them too hard unless they go back to that Breach comp. That's my biggest fear. They haven't had too much time, so I'm not expecting it though.
As you can see from the Prime Gaming Agent select, Mimi, no changes.
Yeah, none whatsoever. I think this is a good direction for Loud, but if they lose this map, I get really worried for Loud. I think it's probably a 2-0 for Fnatic. If they're to pick one up here, I think they have to start hot on this attacking side. Aspas, I think, has really struggled to find the form that made him an all-star in Americas, and if there was a map to do it, I think it would be here on Jet on Ascent.
Yeah, he's played 3 series so far, and it's a little concerning at this point that he's not really showed up to the level that we need him to be for a good match here against Fnatic. Fnatic. If they're not there, and we're only relying on, for example, Les and the tactics to get them through, then you're not going to see a Loud that can really challenge here. He needs to be on it.
Yeah, and starting on this attack side, they've been good on this one before. The mid-rounding in particular has always been great for Sadak, and we were setting up this head-to-head between the two Sentinel players, Alfier and Les, and I think that'll really show through with the two Killjoys on Ascent.
Well, I cannot wait. The agents are locked in. Our teams are ready to go. Let's run it back with the casters that brought you Fnatic versus Loud at lock-in. It's Bren and Saisho.
Guys, yeah, let's get this one started. It is the first set of matches of our playoffs here in the Shrine. Fnatic versus Loud. A bit of a run back from the lock-in finals as well. A chance of that revenge, of course. The desk has been hitting on it, but honestly, just excited to get into this one as well. And I think, you know, it's almost a battle as well of expectations and seeing if they can really be met for a team like Loud that's finally getting some wins under their belt. Can they really topple the giant that is Fnatic that have just gone from title to title?
Loud have taken out 2 of the EMEA teams already. They've taken out the EMEA winners of the regular season, Masters Copenhagen champions too. But this is going to be an entirely different situation. Both teams have split their paths really heavily since that fated match at lock-in. And even then, it was a major upset where we saw Fnatic taking Ascent away. To start the series off, it was the first map. They won 13-8 there. Fnatic have never been the best team in the world on this map. Loud certainly have for a period of time, but it's all about the here and now. You can't be living in the past.
Boaster close to the corner here, but he's got a crossfire set up. Him and Leo. Leo backing away. Spotted out and heard, but there we go. Back to the rest of the team here.
No swing.
Tucked to the corner. There was no swing, no attempt at a trade. Dashing forwards into the smoke. Boaster's just ignoring him. Doesn't want to try and take a piece out of Aspas, but Aspas certainly does. Straight into mid. Carved open. An area of the map now, but the anchoring positions of the Fnatic players is going to be really quite difficult to chew through. Do they really want to attempt this? Looks likely, yeah. Chronicle's positioning, immaculate almost. The positioning of the smoke just playing inside of this one, and Loud are really slowing this down now.
You can tell that they are aware Fnatic are going to have responses to everything they do, so they've always got to pump the brakes a little and wait for that to happen.
Shots going wide. Still got a dash though. Durka wants another go at things. Can't quite land them though. What is 2 years up to?
Les in the meantime.
He's in the spawn.
Les in the meantime found a kill on Chronicle. It's all just down to Alpha, and they're waiting for him.
Yeah,
I mean, they've just sent the spike to A and trapping Alpha in his box. That is a gorgeous pistol round from Loud. I was a little concerned when the first player falls to Boaster hiding in market and Aspas wasn't ready to capitalize, but I think that just shows you the respect that they have for Fnatic. Aspas is thinking, well, if I swing here, you know, Leo, I'm going to be opening my back to Leo. There might be Chronicle facing from market. So he really takes his time, slows it down, and makes sure that the dash into the smoke puts Boaster in a horrible spot. If this is the level of patience and diligence that Loud are going to bring to the game, we might genuinely have a revenge game on our hands.
There was definitely some questions about, you know, the map pool and the direction it went in, at least in my mind when I saw it, because I thought, you know, Loud a chance to go onto Haven. Durka.
Certainly. I mean,
cheeky.
That's what Marla was saying as well on the desk, and
yeah.
I agree. They've just looked phenomenal on Haven, but this is a map that historically Fnatic have had at the bottom of their pool. Not the very lowest, but towards the bottom. Does that mean anything?
Oh,
when
for Fnatic, that's still a very good map.
I mean, exactly. That's the problem. It was towards the bottom of their pool when they played at lock-in, and like I said, Fnatic were able to find the win there, but it wasn't this mirror matchup. At that point, you had Sadak playing the Viper. They were playing Viper Omen.
Yeah, changes.
Yeah, very different. Having Cowanzine back at the Sova and playing this standard composition, Loud have got great ideas.
Real taste as well of the caution that's being delivered into these with the eco around. Oh, up against it, Loud. Don't want to misstep. They don't want to give away any of these advantages. Plan starting to go down here, but Fnatic setting themselves up.
Worrying for
Chronicle
us.
has full utility and a paranoia for Boaster. They might want to make something of this.
This is so dangerous.
Very dangerous. Close to the corner. When is that smoke going to be fading? Well, kills still flying through. Alfie on the flank. Ooh, just spotted. Fortunate for Cowanzine with the timing.
You don't want to be taking dry fights against Alpha yet. He's just been unbelievable in this tournament and at Tokyo. But Les is currently wrapping people up on the other side of things. And what a matchup that is too, Brian.
Yeah, Alpha needs to go down here in some way or form, but certainly a matchup to be waiting for. The desk was also highlighting that, you know, the Les versus Alpha argument. Alpha
getting
making,
the better,
getting the better of it right there, but Also, Alpha throughout the group stage, I mean, making me eat my words in terms of the top 20 lists.
I mean, he's tied #1 in first kill per round, playing Sentinel.
He's popping off.
That's unbelievable. And most of the time, he's allowing it to come to him. He's not going around hunting stuff as much as somebody like Les even is, I think, currently. I think he has played against Zeta and Billy, you know, who deserve their spots in the positions of the bracket that they were in, for sure. But it's not like Fnatic have faced any tests yet.
Exactly, and that's what really we've been waiting for. It's a bit of a test now for Fnatic. Here we go. Buy round online. Finally the rifles, and being held for the first signs of life with just damage. Definitely being done. Dirk has got to respect that one.
Interesting play from Boaster and Chronicle over towards A main, but the fight's happening in market again. Durkin tries to take an opening fight. Gets destroyed by Aspas, and Leo,
he doesn't know which way to look.
So distracted potentially by Les, who's been brought down to half, trying to take fights against Alpha.
This is Loud feeling fired up. This is their bonus round, excelling at it. It's a healthy one at that. Flash through. Alpha trying to take a peek of it again, but he's only got the Odin. It's a difficult weapon to make work in this scenario. He's lit up. Has to hug the boxes so he doesn't get spammed out, but just every angle being watched for, and this, you know, cautious approach. And Loud are taking to the game. Hello, Alpha. Here to play, but eventually shut down towards the back of the site. And yeah, just to touch on it, I mean, Loud, they're taking the times and the moments that they're finding real awkward positions to punish the Fnatic players.
And on the pistol and the bonus, that's both come in market. That's been the area where they're putting the squeeze on Fnatic. They chose to try and take a bit of a trap between Boaster and Leo on the pistol, and here you see just the isolation. They know that Leo's around, Aspas gets pinged up, and it doesn't matter, they just force the fight anyway and win it. I don't think Dirk is expecting that duel to come to him as quickly, to be honest. I think he's expecting Aspas to be put off by the Sova utility. What a great start for Loud on their attack side.
Run away from the no command for Loud, he can start farming up some of these orbs. Might not be the goal in mind though. Spikes on Sadak, so hoping to try and get through this one without using too many ults. Earn it through this one. Flood attempt, running right around the corner here. Guardian in the hands of Boaster. He's lit up though.
Not the greatest fight to go for there.
He was hoping for a freebie, and wow, on either side here, Fnatic getting picked apart. Ooh, that's a bit awkward, yet still lands it.
It's still very, very diligent from Loud, though. It looks like a bit of a misstep there, but the Nanoswarm going towards Heaven, and the Molly's pushing away anybody that might be playing inside the smoke. Besides Alpha hitting something ridiculous with the Guardian like he did on Haven earlier in this tournament, this one should be sealed up.
He's going to go for this. They do have money. The loser's bonus kicking in potentially. Here we go. Spotted though. They're low. Dart to the side, maybe to set something up on top. Just missing that angle. Lovely shot again.
He's still popping.
Time is really running short. Yeah, you're seeing the form. It's there, flexing a little bit. But Loud winning another one. That's 4 in a row. Fantastic beginning.
Aspas is not... Oh, he just managed to survive, actually, so he's kept his gun into it. The bank is just unbelievable for Loud here. And not just that, the game simplifies when you win the opening rounds as heavily as this. They have a no command online now, and they know that Alpha, with his lockdown, is more likely to be playing retake on these sites. I wouldn't be surprised at all for Sadak to just read into this situation and have a very simple flowchart-esque idea of how he wants to approach this round. Now, as it happens, Alpha is not playing fully off-site. He does still have a Nanoswarm there, but he's playing outside of the 0-point range. The mind games are going to happen with both of these squads, though, because if Sadak expects them to be playing off-site, maybe he doesn't pop the null command, but it still comes through, and it is going to tag Alpha.
Here it is, though. Operator purchase for Dirk. Tagged. He's got to respect it. Before opening pickoff, it's going to be the res though potentially online. Sadak, no command, no punish inside again. The tap of the plan to try and again open up these sight lines. Boaster, it's gone down in mid. So let's just watch in that avenue.
Les is almost always going to be lurking on these kind of hits. Loud love to do 4-1 kind of setups, and this also allows them to pinch into tree if Les is allowed to survive, which is why they're clearing him out.
Away! He's just missed the timing. Chronicle. He's gifted with it. Lockdown is pushing him wide and out into the open. Loud corralled into the corner now. It's a 3v4, but they don't have any positioning onto the side, and it's fully being grouped up now. Bit of a tag onto it. Paranoia going all the way through. Alfie has so much trust in his teammates. He's sticking it all the way through. Needs to be some damage done, and it's just not there.
Oh,
Don't peek it. Stop
Instant
it.
response from Fnatic. Alpha getting it done with his lockdown. I think the awareness to be able to clear out Les is also absolutely crucial in that scenario. If you allow Les to hover around in this area and he feels safe, they could try and make a fight for the lockdown entry, or he's just going to survive as a backstab element and make it so much more difficult for you to be able to stick the defuse. Fnatic need to get rounds on the board here. 4 is already good for Loud on the attack side, and they have so many more opportunities.
Bank that was built up that you were talking about prior. Plenty more money invested in these rounds here. Typical exchange over towards A. Meanwhile, Durka is praying for that late lurk from Les. Just a little bit of a peek through tiles. Might get gifted it. There's the jump spot.
What a reaction.
And that is insane consistency.
Here comes a trap.
Tucked into Wine. Flash, Paranoia, it all combines together for the absolute spray down.
Amazing setup there from Fnatic. One of the things that they do so well on Ascent is just the basics played to perfection. Their players are always going to be in the right position to get value out of utility like that. They've let 2Es in an impossible spot. If he plays this slowly, maybe Loud can just have a discussion about what went wrong, but they already know his positioning, Fnatic. Loud had some players very close to ultimates in that round. Had they been able to take A main control, suddenly Kawanzin would be able to access the Hunter's Fury. Or if Les was playing in that direction, they would have the lockdown. So Fnatic are choosing their spots to fight over these ult orbs really smartly.
30 seconds
And
left.
as you can see, the setup is very difficult to deal with. You've got the Flash and the Paranoia coming through at the same time. Potential for Chronicle to, use his Fragment Grenade to clear out the cubby, which you would try and hide in. It's just excellently done from Fnatic there. The timing picked was immaculate.
Yeah, really good game plan. Just weaving in the utility in that moment. He is going to be trying to keep onto this rival. No one's hunting him. There's plenty of chances, though. I mean, Fnatic did have the money for it, but still, it will be another round on the ball for them. So 2 now gained. And more critically as well, you're really stopping that snowball that you were talking about, because you get that early lead of Loud, you start building up the ultimate. Suddenly, you're looking at an unbelievable attack side. You're able to just really use them one after the other. Get a string of rounds going, but it's been shut down at just the right moment here for Fnatic.
Loud are still going to have these ults available, so they can try and send another big round. But it won't hurt the Fnatic bank in the same way. It won't cause an avalanche.
Yeah.
Fnatic have their own retake ultimate in the null command to try and play around with. Alarm bot goes down mid to start this one off for Fnatic. And a 3-player stack over towards B.
Utility just going to be broken, and it is a stack here. Maybe a bit of a read as well. I mean, Loud have been setting their sights towards A. Most of the time when they go for these B hits, they send most players through mid.
Les is also quite aggressive. If you give him space in B main, Les is likely to walk through.
Someone needs to break this. But Alpha, did it spot him? I'm not
Must
too
have done,
sure.
I think. Yeah, look at the way that Kawanzin is holding that right corner as Les spams. I think that has been detected. A one-way thrown from Boaster, and Fnatic are really heavily fighting over B main control, as they were over A main in the previous round, but this time it doesn't lead to deaths, and Loud can pivot through Catwalk if they want, or at least open space here.
Yeah, I mean, Loud are just trying to fake presence like they're going through here. That is a disgusting angle. Top of the box here. Sadak removed. IGL on IGL violence, but it's going to be explored by Loud. Still the alarm bot.
That pressure has also pulled Alpha yet away from B main, so they can try this split a little more effectively.
Here we go. Here's the time just gets to be taken here. Lockdown has to be used to try and clear the way through. Dart is good as well. Hunter's Fury. Kawanzin with the tag. Chronicle. He's dropped to his knees. To get the ult off on time. Updraft to dodge it. Durka avoiding it. That'll be the res inside. Still, the coverage is there, and time is really running short. There's only 20 seconds left into this one. Full containment. It's the name of the game here for Fnatic. Players are still alive, making sure that they don't leave any pieces
10
out
seconds.
wide. Here's the ult, but they don't have the spike just yet. Need to get themselves into the site. Kawanzin just breaking it. Still needs to be covered. 2 years covering the cross still. It's up to just Kawanzin. Gets the player down. Does not win that fight. So, good stuff from Fnatic. Felt a bit shaky at times, but I thought they slow it down at the right moments.
And the player that ends up having the play to win the round there with the weirdest KO ult I've seen in a while is Chronicle. He popped his KO ult as he's getting a Hunter's Fury, and it's not necessarily to try and cancel the Sova ultimate, though you will see that play occasionally. It's just to keep himself alive, and he's giving info and comms throughout the whole round about where these players are positioned and where they're shooting him from. Loud can't start walking into sight because Chronicle's just going to spot them and they're going to get spammed through smokes.
Yeah, I'd love to see the kill that Alpha got in that moment, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, it must have been off the communication of Chronicle, right? When he's dropped to his knees and he's just seeing them all.
Yeah, I mean, you also had a player flanking through Market. Fnatic had got them completely contained. So a timeout here from Loud because they've lost 3 rounds in a row now. And that bank that they built up really early on, while it's still decent enough to give this another shot with a rifle v rifle, they've used the ultimates that they wanted to get value out of. Yeah. Lockdown, Hunter's Fury, both invested there for no results. And Fnatic is setting up so many threats around the map. We've already seen Fnatic fight very heavy for a re-clear A main, so that makes that a dangerous area. Boaster was on that strange off angle, peeking over the smoke, so that makes Catwalk a dangerous area. And you've also seen Alpha get tucked in on B main. So there are so many threats around the map that you need to be using utility to deal with and see whether or not they're happening. You know, in any given round, any of those could be setups unless you have info to prove otherwise. Those set plays are what makes Fnatic dangerous on this map and why it's not bad for them, despite it being towards the bottom of their pool.
It's going to be the one-way smoke setup. Be a chance to fight over this one here.
Get out of my way.
Knives exchanged, but broken. So not going to be spotting out. Boaster, who's tucked himself into wine, used the paranoia very early on and repositions back to safety. Mid now, it's going to be the focus here, but Durka is lying in wait. Operator spotting his targets. I don't even know if he intended that one.
That is the tiniest little grab.
It felt like he spotted just the leg of Sadak, actually, and just took the shot anyway, but Asmas falls. That's the player with the knives. Flash has set it up as well, the Odin spam. Fnatic, one of the best at really maximizing the usage of that gun. So many layers to their setup. I mean, there's a bit of a breather in this moment here, but it's up to Loud to explore, take some risks, see if they can take a shot or two. I love the re-clearance.
And if Loud are going to play patiently like this, they are opening themselves up to re-clear strategies. That's a nice recon dart that finds value and a missed shot by Durka.
Hello.
There is still a possibility in this round.
Definite chances, and look at this. Chronicle is just distracting the entire time. More than that, earned himself the kill. Shorty running him down. It's Leo finishing him off with the shockies. Okay. All right.
Durka was set at 1-5 before this round began and hits an astounding operator shot to open things up and make it very difficult for Loud. Take a look at this one on the replay.
It was the...
He spots, I think,
Sadak
the first
initially,
time.
goes to the re-peek and just shoots immediately, yeah.
And woe betide Loud if Durka comes online. Because at the moment, he's, you know, working around in mid, not being offered too much. He's gotten one op shot onto less on the jump peak. And one kill there onto Aspas.
Smoke in his face. Hard pressed. Doesn't get much done here.
This is a very early drone.
Durka's going to make a go of this. Yep, straight through. Point accuracy. Lovely punish of the drone. And he's in the moment plays for the instant reaction from Loud.
Look at the fight over Heaven here.
Gaining the side as well over towards Heaven. I mean, it's Alpha who really shuts this one down. 2 years, you really want to keep going for this. Spam it to the corner, the coverage. Sadak has got his teammates back here. Paranoia now being held, and they are set up for it. 3 versus 3. Lit up though, and here's the Hunter's Fury on Orthodox with the angle. Damage is being done. It's followed them right into them, straight through Tree Leo. It's magnificent. All the placement towards him. 2 years. There's so much more to do here. Left in the clutch, 1v3. No easy fight. Not for him, not in that instance here. That is just beautiful. Leo's utility and ult in that round was massive.
And for Fnatic to recover that situation after Loud had made a nice reaction, double pushing through Heaven. I don't know if you spotted it, Sadak's wallbang is ridiculous. I don't know if we're going to catch a glimpse of this. The opening fight, though, off the back of this Sova drone, magnificent. They know that Loud have been going for 4-1 strategies a lot. Here's the ult that you were talking about, Bren, that applied a ton of pressure early on. Sadak's got a wallbang angle that goes through
on Heaven
from
with the
so
coverage,
deep.
yeah.
That's Alpha's reaction to getting wallbanged there. Take a look at that one back in a VOD review or something. Apply it to your rank games. That's nasty.
The money is still flowing, enough for weapons on either side, same smoke. They're having to back away here. A lot of noise being made by Loud into mid, but this is a half that is, at this point, really getting away from them.
They're trying these A splits fairly frequently, but usually it's been the majority coming through main.
They can change the setup up once more. Smokes here, bit of blind fire.
But I love this call from Sadak. He knows that Alfia has the lockdown, so he's going to be wanting to play with it towards tree. So if you do an A split on them, then you control the tree area, at least if you're able to get through to the site.
2 years up towards Heaven, looking for info.
He's looking specifically for Durka. Is the operator on A? Are we going to be able to get in?
Put on mid, not smoked though.
Bless! Bad jump peek again, that's twice.
Yeah, punished for it. Gave Durka the precise timing that he was looking for. Flash. Trying to take this one. Nade at the feet of Alpha though. Got to back away. Quite stand still. Apparently a bit delayed here. Fnatic are going to be more than ready. Alpha. Well, he's going to fall there. Aspas. Plenty more left to do. Durka running him down. He's hunting. Damage definitely done, and there's still the coverage.
Just using Sadak as a piece of bait. Look at him running away all the way back around through to A main to try and connect.
They've got now is going to be quite brutal, but it's just, again, the angle's being spammed here. Leo, intelligence with it. Aspas might just be still taking control of the entirety of this round. 3 so far, and surely enough damage is done. Leo is left to do it. What can he find? Spike ticking away. Not enough chances for it, so Loud. Stemming the bleeding. It's 5 to 5, making it nice and even.
And a fantastically called round there. Love the idea of putting pressure into an A split with many more players towards Catwalk. It's this kill, though, that really matters. That's the lockdown removed. And then this, too, as Durka was so hungry to try and punish Sadak. Yeah, that's the kind of play that's going to make Mini a little bothered. Durka potentially hoping that someone of his team had his back as he was sprinting forwards. Now you still have the lockdown to contend
Match
with.
found.
Galaxine has an answer for it this time. What do we see?
Interesting angle here. What is that?
God. How has that gotten a kill?
Durka just watching down for it, but I mean, Aspas peaks that with the updraft ahead of the round. Not even spotting this one out, still holding it. As there are attempts made as well to try and take, cat control. Ripped away. This is a round that is looking pretty much sealed up. Desperation on every single corner of the map left. Cheeky one. One more player to deal with, that's Chronicle. Just hunting for him. Chronicle shuts that one down.
2 players spotted here for Galaxine. And a third for Durka very quickly coming over. This round has fallen to pieces instantly. It feels like there have been many of these moments where Fnatic's early round ideas just find a pick, and suddenly they're in a massively advantageous spot. For Loud, the win condition is being able to survive with a few players, even to make the rounds winnable. Could Galaxine do anything here?
No way.
Almost.
Almost hitting it, but yeah.
All right.
Knows the angle of
Where's the
fire.
fight?
Straight through it.
Loud are still going to have a fairly decent economy heading into the final round here of the first half. What is that? I don't understand. It looks like it's hit his toes.
Yeah, I mean, just insane reaction times. And I mean, Durka started this game off with a slow beginning, but now...
Did we miss the fact that Aspas had no armor or something? I just don't get that. It's ridiculous.
Nasty, nasty stuff. Last chance here in the first half.
Look at Loud holding so far back, ready for some kind of fast play. All at tiles, but not wanting to move forwards into mid or B main at all.
Taking a peek of it, Durka! Damage done on top of it to Sadak.
He nearly kebab skewered them all.
Absolutely. Unfortunate not to get away with it here. The Loud want to cancel, they want to go for this. I mean, time still on their side. Ult earned for Sadak, but they don't have the player advantage. Looks like they want to try and send this one. Still, Util is there. Hunter's Fury to the back of the side, but what angles are going to be watched for? You've got to try and get themselves into this one. Dodging, juking.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Sadak's gone down. A friendly fire. Dropped to his knees. That's a spike out in the open, and there needs to be an attempt to really make this any sort of go of this. 50 seconds here.
That Killjoy thinks if he bots will pay per se?
I mean, he's
Give me a
repositioned
break.
towards the back of the side. I don't think Loud are going to be aware of this.
No, I don't think so. Chronicle might have made the play here to win the round.
Bait and switch still. Angel's one out, but yeah, there's Chronicle. Finally, fight back towards the back of the side. It's still all rip. 30 seconds remaining. This is Loud just getting bogged down entirely. Bam into the corners.
Great shot.
Good one to win.
Boaster's in though.
Inside the smoke. Here's the taps. I'm going to be committed. Central wars around here, but still that lockdown is brutal. You can't really break that one easily. Lockdown for a lockdown. But every player here lit up! Like beacons here, points them towards it. Still the lockdown's going to go off. There's no chance to break it! Alpha gets his down. Loud just corralling him and pushing him. That's it, 6-6.
What an incredible recovery from Loud. Less making the play towards Market, but it's the recon from Kawanzin that collects 2. And this is a 6-6 half already. Loud looking better than the lock-in finals. This is deliberate so that Sadak can get revived to full health.
That is insane.
That's unbelievable.
That is actually insane.
I've never seen that before. I mean,
Last player standing.
at least I assume it was.
Phoenix kill.
That cheeky.
200 IQ.
That is it for the first half, of course. Let's send it down. We heard from Alfie a little bit earlier.
Spike planted.
I'm happy because we stand up to playoffs, and I mean we played like really good on also group stage. From us on the group stage, and they will see person playoffs. When I saw Boster like this, I'm getting hyped because I didn't see before. Like it was really good match, and he take like 5 or maybe 4 clutch. It was good, and the performance was really good today from Boster. And yeah, that's what we expect from IGX.
2v2, Bianchi to 70 still standing. Bianchi to cut off from this, though he can't quite get involved here. The spray not connecting, and Alpha staying on the defuse. He's gonna be alive for the line for this. No one stopped him. They still can't stop him.
I will be happy if I take
Time to hunt.
I was extra happy because I'm taking this trophy with this team. They are really good friends, and they are really good person.
Be careful, Arcade.
I love most about that as well as, you know, Alpha saying they're playing at 60% of the playoffs, you're going to see 100. That is just, I mean, that's threatening. If you're hearing this as well, heading forward, I mean, Fnatic already look like they are just on a warpath to get to that grand final. To try and, you know, a chance to make history themselves. And, yeah, I mean, if they have that potential, what more are we going to see? Still, it's even.
Fireboy's gone.
Fnatic made a great job of being able to go after that 0-4 start that they had, and yet Loud still scraped some rounds together towards the end to make this a fantastic attacking half. When Loud were in their best playing position, their attack sides were always good, but their defense could not be cracked.
Spike planted.
Plays from the players to be able to win this one. It does look like Loud. Set up.
Healing over here.
That's a hard out.
Hawk out. Listen, sense blinded.
Last player standing.
Durka is very weak. The recon as well. Nobody broke it.
One enemy remaining.
Disjointed, still recognized. Nade towards their feet. Durka separated from the rest of his team, but luckily enough time board, he can get themselves into the side. Very low though, and yeah, all that damage being done is easy pickings, isn't it?
Recalling my bot.
Spot, there's a flank attempt at the same time.
Everyone's tech still working? Double check it,
This
please.
is Fnatic, surrounded. Unusual fronts.
Help a girl out, would ya?
Need to force some of these fights out with Sadak falling. It has cracked open a potential chance. Aspas grasps it. A flank from Briar. Really paying off.
Both pistol rounds go the way of Loud, and both looking quite simple for Fnatic. That one just designed to be a bit of a B hit, with Chronicle using his KO utility to fake like there could be presence on A. The recon target broke the entire thing. Big for Fnatic there. Cow and Zine had almost won the round before we even saw a gunfight. All of the chip damage, the recon giving away what the plan was. And Loud completely collapsed.
Healing over here.
Onto Fnatic, taking away the second.
Reloading.
Form currently.
Thanks.
Needs to be the case if you can try and hold some of these Fnatic players.
Hawk out. Blinded.
AJ. That minor, you know, fall from grace ever so slightly for Loud.
One enemy remaining.
Keep it going.
And remember, this Fnatic can be beaten. Saw it before when they were having a rough day in the EMEA finals.
It feels like teams are almost forgetting that as well. Fnatic are reaching the level of almost so much respect, yeah, to a certain degree. To mid here, Aspas, lots of chances to farm up some of these kills, and they're going to be finding them. Hook, line, sinker.
30 seconds left.
She probably rotated B. She
Bomb grenade out. Looks like
Do Loud have some kind of strategy?
that Vandal.
Oh my goodness, immediately we're seeing Aspas on the operator. I was looking, okay, maybe
fools
there's
just
some
wasted
set
their
play,
time.
maybe a flash and dash play, or some kind of spam from Cowanty. It looks like
Can I get this?
it's going to be a win condition potential.
Thanks.
No, they've actually
Help
swapped
a
it
girl
up.
out,
They've
would
sold
you?
it, gone for a Marshall, and instead have less by a rifle. So not wanting to put all of their eggs in this round, not wanting to do economical damage to themselves if they're not able to convert the bonus.
Just making it that true bonus.
time to hunt.
The 0 point he's just thrown to make sure every piece of the map is methodically taken away, squeezing the defenders further and further backwards until they can hit a cycle.
Joke's over! You're dead!
To the back of Jenny. Drone. Chance to get inside as well. Corner there with the drone itself. Sonic's able to just stand his ground and spam through that angle, but eventually they hit a reload, finally cross into the side. Plan starting to go down here.
Last player standing.
Starts ever so slightly off the mark.
Piss off.
Attempt to try and get into this one. Back and forth, hoping for a chance. Smoke's still in their face though.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick your rolls and we'll crush
Traded
it.
out. Fight being taken still dose. Main control, beautiful smoke to try and cross into this one for Loud here. 2 years, he's cut this one entirely. Leo brought down and out. Still tucked close to the corner, Boaster alive and kicking. With the rest of his team to help him out and bail him out. There's not too much else he can do.
Oh, Tucker! Backpedaling, 90-degree flip. Takes out less to finish the round. I do really like that smoke from 2Es to get back in through door. That's actually a smoke that I first saw Boaster using. I believe he was the person to innovate that kind of way of getting back in on retakes. So using it against him, very cute idea. But Loud not quite being able to pull off the retake there. Fnatic held strong, got themselves in a nice spot. I did a small
Seek
amount,
that
but not too much. Now we're gonna set up in B main, op in hand.
one. You should run.
A very similar approach from Fnatic. Does rely on the KO utility. Here comes that 0 point to take a main control.
Well, that was drone out towards the
Reloading.
side angle here for pass.
Stealing sight.
To make the jump spot though. Good info back. Score, it's still left.
Spike planted.
What a cool dart. That dart is only useful if
Initiated.
Loud were fighting back over A main.
Watching for it though. Super supposed to go down.
Placing
and
alarm
safety
bomb.
towards it. Dart. Just lay it on top of this utility. A chance to fight over this one.
How'd he get one?
All the way. Good on.
Cowanty needs to hold until Aspas gets
That
it.
gets cleared. I mean, Leo, this brain's too big for me.
One enemy remaining. Last
22,
player
door
standing.
closing. Still got the dash here.
The spike has not got into
It
sight.
hasn't crossed into main.
Alpha has turret to be able to peek.
Played this one well. Nash now fading on top of that one. Dart has to respect it. Back around the corner in case the spam is there. Lovely util. Just to cover it so Alpha can cross. Rifle picked up. That's not take anything of this one. Fnatic play this. Looks like a crossfire setup. Too much to clear for Aspas. Holding towards Jenny. Looking for the first opening. It's a shot in the dark though, with Leo's repositioned down into hell. Has to be excellent! Aspas isolated it. 5 HP though. Tapped. And a swing from Leo. Any semblance of danger, get it out of your mind.
Definitely thought there was a chance there that Aspas was going to be able to pull a miracle out in the 1v2. Against probably the two safest players that Fnatic have in those kind of spots. It's a great attempt by Les. This one really what broke Loud's back though. Cowanzine holding towards Switch, and Leo is so good for getting those final clearance towards Switch is excellent. And this is the round that plays Loud's economy. Invested in operator. It's not a fast play towards tiles. Instead, Aspas just walks into mid. Fnatic have been putting so many resources
Spike
into
planted.
A control. They haven't been watching mid.
Reloading.
So I'm crouched down. I don't believe this is ever going to get spotted.
Has Boaster seen anything? No.
Haven't seen anything. And they're just trying to punish Alpha, I think, in this position.
Turret out.
Last player standing.
Corner. And a shot's landing.
Movement. Aspas normally a movement god on Jet, just got tangled up inside arches there. Trying to escape, you saw what he was going for.
Yeah, run.
But with him not being able to escape, the chances of Loud winning this round plummet.
Turret out.
That's really where the danger was lying with the blade storms in his hand. It would have to be
I got yous, okay?
these Loud players. So he's being put onto less.
Watch this.
Many players about to meet him.
30 seconds left.
Gambles on the wrong side.
Sunbot there, smoke to cover it up here, vulnerable up, but it does not matter, not when you're hitting shots like this. He's calm with the aim. Enough to rattle two of those shots off. No util into the corner. That's the ult popped off for Chronicle. He's leading the charge, and the rest of his team, he wants to go with it. Time though.
Blinded.
Short.
Chronicle took that fight on 15 HP. Cowanzine had landed a bomb. He's not moving.
Time to hunt.
To be main control. Spammed. But back inside this one. Weird, they don't really know how to really approach it here. Loud. Good nade to clear it out, but here's Chronicle. Definitely, yeah. Strikes from behind, syncs it up with the rest of his team. And Fnatic taking the lead now in the second half.
Fnatic team is so dangerous. At any point, any one of their players can just turn up and win them around.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Super team, a genuine super team. Loud though with their economy back in their grasp, lockdown on both sides. Aspas at the top of the scoreboard, has been using the drone to set him up on B main. Fnatic have not usually been playing there. This time, everyone's in tiles.
Tara to try and take a bit of earlier contact here. I believe a lineup being spotted, and in fact, even Dart on top of this. Not damage being done though.
Durka got caught, scaling up mid, activated the alarm bot, and Les was good for it. They were trying to get a set play where the Jet is kind of entering through market, but there was nobody to try and help. Durka was taking that space based on everyone being funneled towards the... Now the entry play now, this really limits your opportunities. You have to split.
You should run.
The bottom of the scoreboard here. He's got his util to try and slow them down. He does that, at least. Right, was good, wasn't broken. What attempt in 2 years. Dropping down here. Fnatic encroaching slowly, surely, but yeah, I mean, being picked apart here still.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Pop flash around the corner. Has to being shown. running through. Drop down to the corner. These angles are impeccable by Fnatic. Cozy dropping down though, still with the Odin. Anticipating the re-peek. Plenty of bullets left standing yet. How does Leo hit it?
Of German efficiency.
So much damage done yet.
Just keep laughing.
Is he going to expect this? Less. Not on the heels, but straight from the flank. This is so unusual. No way. It's being watched for less. Only needed the one, and he hits it. 9-9.
Loud had the read on what was happening there. It was almost an incredible play by Chronicle. It already was incredible, being able to line two of them up from that position at Jenny. And they got into the site with Boaster's smoke, which blooms and offers them opportunities. But less opens, less closes. Thanks to the damage that Cowan Zine had already done. Every one of these rounds is coming down to somebody making a huge play.
Got him.
Mistake on the other side. Quality Valorant that was spotted here. Going into the next.
Finished. Miles
Water
ready.
main. Fnatic's utility is normally good enough to push players out of these spots. See what's that.
Seek them out. Found one. One enemy remaining.
Looking to try and make down the utility early. He wants to make it feel like there's pressure in this situation. 0 points already been used. So now Sadak sneaks back in.
Yeah, close. Rip to the corner here. Just got to spam wildly into the smoke and pray for a kill as well. It could be on either side, either direction. 2 years. Can't calm down the aim in time, and Turkish is far too clean with it. Still, TPing up towards the box here. Boaster brought down. Hunter's Fury is a real thorn in their side and more. Damage being done. Beautiful kill onto Turka.
30 seconds left.
Does Alpha decide to use it? He's in position.
Yeah, close to the corner here. So any answer? Use on either side. Just a lockdown to clear out the site. Have to leave. You have to respect it.
Much better for the retakers here.
The symphony of death. Hurry to get
Control of the front section of the site. Util's being used. Aspas. Already the defuse actually by less. He's just sticking this one all the way through. But still, not enough done, even with the kills flowing.
There's no way Fnatic expect less to be sticking that the whole time. I just don't believe it. Fnatic thought that they'd done enough there to scare the final player off the defuse, I think. Aspas still had both cloud bursts up, by the way, decided not to use them.
Look at that.
The recon dart just gives less all the info that Leo is not going to be contesting that. He knows the positioning of the final player towards tree. Amazing decision making. And another round that comes down to a slim margin.
With the dog.
You can't separate these two teams here on the set.
my territory, my crew. I have them now.
We'll have to wait and see. But this was Loud Man picking
Spike down A.
But Loud have got
last player standing.
The unfortunate part for them is that everybody fell in that round for Loud, apart from Les. And their economy was already on very tenuous footing.
One enemy remaining.
Tiny, tiny differences. That Loud's economy is now in a very rough spot.
With them taking the lead, and yeah, it's a packed house. Open playoff matches.
And I wasn't even trying.
Already.
But look at the economy.
Shit, you little ripper!
Are we really
That
going
was
to see
insane!
Loud taking a save round?
Keep it up, love.
The winning.
Keep it up, love.
Certainly looks like it. Such a rarity. Sadak's actually forcing with the judge. But I assume he's going to, you know, use none of his utility and still have 3,300 to buy in the next round. Or 3,200, I suppose. Maybe he's relying on a kill.
Placing sentry. Cool. That's how you survive.
Fnatic eager to just not give anything away. Slowly waiting this one out. First few seconds. Lineups in order. Not yet. So where that one's gonna land.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Taken out.
You've also done enough wrong there. But Sadak, if he loses this round, is only credits for the
I mean, he might just be forcing judges from it on. I don't know.
I think that's his only hope.
There's someone A drop.
Guys, I give up. Using the judge, holding close corners.
Big sight now.
Spike planted.
Fnatic are going to run out of time. Down to just 30 seconds. Yes, really taking time with this one. Smokes refresh out towards tree.
Sana could be the difference maker.
Heal up, squad.
Close.
One enemy remaining.
The bullets. A few landing. He's weakened here. There it is. Time to strike.
Healing over here. Reloading.
Surely done enough.
And
Revealed and deleted. Everything. has
Last
gone wrong
round
for
before the
Fnatic.
switch.
Don't save anything.
Well, I'm never gonna
Last
doubt
chance
the
to
judge
use our
force
stuff.
play ever again, Brent. Sadak knew what he was going for. He was taking a risk there for sure. But Fnatic, their own worst enemies, letting the clock work against them so poorly.
You've got to be cautious when you're up against the weaker buys. You don't want to let anything slip. You don't want to give anything away. You want to try and poke out and see if a team is stacking or if they're getting up for anything. But yeah,
Okay, well, both you guys don't come here.
Big brain. That's a little bit too cautious for my liking. But Loud, and the back's against the wall. The money, they're just working with scraps. They have earned their chance and more with that first pick. Setting the pace and the tone now for this.
They always love to go there. Here's some A.
Things starting to crumble now. Boaster calling a slow round, and then first death in the next. It does not bode well for Fnatic's chances of being able to recover this. They pulled the trophy out of Loud's hand in front of a Brazilian crowd by making the comeback. Denying the reverse sweep, so anything is possible at any point in this match. Never count them out. They've certainly got the best opportunity of being able to close out map 1.
You should run. One enemy remaining.
I think that's it.
Switching sides.
Control being watched for.
Look for my shadows, they will hide you.
Here it is. There's got to be a shot landed here for Aspas. Chronicle takes charge of the situation, drop down to his knees. There's no real follow-up here. Seeking as well to try and get him back up, crossing to the side, but 20 seconds left into it. They do return with the fire. It's Fnatic. Still need to get themselves into the site. A lot of damage being done to them, and they are being bogged down. 12 seconds remaining, they can't cross in. It's done, safe.
It's done! 2 rounds in a row! Where Fnatic have run out of time.
Help a girl out, would ya?
12 round earned here for Loud. One more will do it.
What a setup from Loud, though, on that A side. They have Aspas holding from Dice, a player forwards as well, creating that pressure for whenever Aspas needs to get another bullet in the chamber.
Hawk out!
Look at Sadak there, how close and aggressive he's playing to put pressure on them and buy time for Aspas to get set back up. And Cowanzine, when he uses his drone, attacks both players. He managed to get Gurkha and Alpha, stop both of them getting into the site.
I mean,
Not ready yet.
Listen, Aspas
Spike
is
drop.
here at the top, but we are being treated as premium Sova gameplay on either side, honestly. I've been singing the praises of Leo, but Cowanzine,
on the one. And also, Cowanzine's a player that I've seen
Spike's
perform to incredible levels this year, but he's also some of their most important matches where they lost in Tokyo, where they lost this skew whiff in the game for DRX to open up here.
Last player standing.
Game. The whole system works so much better for Loud. Loud 12-9 up.
This
They're
place is
that big of a
nice,
set.
but not nice enough to die in.
Talked about it being
Let's
a little
win and
weak
get
for
out of
Fnatic,
here.
but even the teams at the bottom, even the map, sorry, at the bottom of Fnatic's map pool, they can still beat almost anybody else in the world on them. This is putting them to the test.
we're hoping for a good game, hoping for a challenge to Fnatic. Want an easy coronation. Nothing like it.
I must endure.
Not making them work for it. Enough money to buy though for Fnatic here. All grouped up.
Spike
Sides over towards B. Order util. Taken out, taken care of. Hunter's Fury close here. Aspas has not been removed.
I got this
Nano
spike.
Swamp tucked towards the side. He's gonna dodge it. Lovely by Alpha. Breaks open and cracks open the side entirely.
Well, a lot of people are looking towards Alpha, making his claim for another MVP kind of run from what he's done in the group stage and what he was able to do at Tokyo.
I have this
He's
spike.
saving them here. Again, he saves them.
Disgusting shot, almost with a quick scope, but he's done enough in this round.
Surely.
He
Spike
should have
drop.
done enough, surely.
I got the spike.
Kawazine beams them all down here.
Spike
There's
drop.
someone saying.
Smoke in his face, makes it difficult to try and shoot
I got
through.
the spike.
Dodging. Towards the side
Reloading.
here. Revealed. Nobody lit up.
Hawk out.
Really.
There's no one on top.
Side 16 left in the chamber. Love to see that close to the show.
Spike down
Kawazine
A.
get away with too much there. 10 to 12.
And as Loud know, the final rounds to put Fnatic away
30 seconds
are the
left.
most difficult. Nobody knows that more than Loud. Nobody has been hurt harder by that statement than Loud. And Alpha comes out with
Hell no, you think I got
just
this
a
shit? I got classic
disgustingly
against
good
5
round
people
to
without
be
spike.
able to pull things back within 2.
right now. Or 96 damage. You gotta die though.
Once more, the Loud economy.
10 seconds left.
They've been
Last
winning,
player
got that
standing.
4 in a row, and yet look at the
Well,
buy
clearly
that
they're
they're
not
coming in with
all
here
shot.
to round 23. There's a Blade Storm and 2 hero rifles, but it's not a full rifle round.
We know what we're doing. Trust each other and we'll be fine.
Slow beginning to Fnatic.
You think back to Loud's attack side, and sure, some of the rounds were defined within the first 10 or 20 seconds. But if Loud were ending up winning those skirmishes for map control, then they were in a nice spot to win the round overall. Whereas Fnatic are taking a much more slow-paced, diligent approach to how they clear out the map.
Keep up.
And it is making the clock a serious factor.
Best thing to lock down into this one, this time showing the respect.
Spike dropped.
Loud here, despite the weaker guns, despite the economy being a bit broken. TPing into the back here. Tucked to the corner though, where's the clearance? Lovely paranoia. Kawazine yet out towards the open. Aspas!
I got
Where did he pull those from?
I got the spike.
They go towards the spawn area.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Spike down B.
Opposite logs.
Good position. Alpha is going to have to be that difference maker. Dash, close to the corner, it's cleared out. Alpha, beautiful shot, Boaster. So he's going to redeem himself here. 2 years though is deep into Boathouse. 2 versus 2. Rifles gain and purchase. Paranoia, it's a lovely connection. Cuts away on the sidelines. Leo is left wondering, where are they? Boaster with so much more to do. This is for the map. 7 bullets, dropping down, a tap onto it, less seeking. Try and force the fight out. It's played to perfection. Boaster is just not losing clutches.
Grim's here for 1
It's incredible the development that this guy has had.
30
You
seconds
heard
left.
him talk to Sadek about it before Champions began. This is a player that nobody wanted to pick
Honestly,
up for a
just
team.
stay
He had to make
behind
his
these
own
cages.
squad, and now he's there, leader of a super
Yeah,
team,
I'll be good there.
developing his own individual play to be able to answer openings like
Staying
that
fast, staying fast,
against Aspas. He closes things out against another monstrous player, outplays less, making the clock
10
his best
seconds
friend.
left. Last player
For the final
standing.
round.
The barrier's already down. Paranoia in the face of Aspas though, holding it with the op close to the corner. They're really rushing into this one now, and there's a punish by Kawazine again. Immaculate with a utility.
So similar to the pistol brand, they didn't break
Much
the
of this
recon.
world hurt me.
So much
It's
damage
mine,
done.
and I will kill to
Can't seem
defend
one
it.
away from getting Hunter's Fury online. They're hard anchoring B though with Aspas here. Fnatic have not really been mixing things up too much. Boaster's leg is spotted.
No punish though. Got a tag here from the drone. Over the common angles, and this is going to be chipping away at the poster.
Stay safe.
Super aggro. So
One to
just
half
like-
health.
This is certainly going to be the most difficult round for Fnatic to win.
Spanner in the works, isn't it?
Time to
Work
hunt.
with no jet to it. Great crosshair play. Players chip. Loud still at full strength.
And they're set up for even more than that. Going their way.
35.
Spike
Close to
down
falling.
A.
It's that one round that they need, and Loud
Here.
edging ever closer now. Nade.
30 seconds left.
Drop down, spotting him away. Hunter's Fury is all just being combined. Straight to the edge here. Don't believe it's stretching far enough. Yep, avoid it steadily, but 20
Reloading.
seconds remaining here for Fnatic. They got to get a move on here. Now Flash is magnificent. Leo with the most to do, but this is it. It's curtains for map 1. Loud, fully in control, not a chance in hell. Spike in nowhere, man. And Loud know it, they can feel it. A fantastic beginning to the series.
Your fault.
Awesome start for Loud on the set. They really look like they're back on this map. Playing their comfort
Oh man, I'm gonna need
balls,
help on these last two. I'm 10
position
HP.
that they were
30
the best
seconds
in the
left.
world at. And up next, Loaders and Split, 2 maps where they won in the lock-in finals. Of course, this one though, flipped on its head. Anyone's game.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Absolutely, I'm so glad we got ourselves a barn burner, at least looking like it here. So for map number 1, we're going to take a short break, but the rest of the series right after this.
10 seconds left.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With Aim Labs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. So the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With Aim Labs' new one-to-one Valorant
One
maps,
enemy
you get
remaining.
instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly modify existing tasks with Discovery. Get started
I
today
hate
by
to
downloading
say
an
it,
Aim
but
Labs for free.
probably
and
best to play
millions
as a
of other
team.
satisfying
So, what's the plan? My ult's ready.
Died off. That's what it contributed to it. I just want to be positive.
Oh, you got 2 more kills. You can do it.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
We gotta find some way to save.
Silence.
My worst game for headshots.
Yeah, I think I have a much better plan. You switch to my plan from Verizon.
Seek them out.
And that price is guaranteed for 3 years. All on the network we can count on. It's a good plan.
Found one.
Glenn, looks like we're not gonna be needing
Oh,
you,
don't
so
do
I'll see you
that.
at work.
Come back towards us.
Later, one.
Oh, there's someone.
One down.
$5 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
They're all coming. No, rotating now.
Spike planted.
I can't see him. 40 AJ.
You should run. Last player standing.
No.
Red Bull gives you wings.
She walled that off. You can't get there.
No.
Just let them try to
destroying a weapon.
Enough to build an entire army.
You do not deserve this power. Reloading.
Only so much we could do with 3 people.
Everyone buy Odin's. The strat.
Find the weak point and break it. Oops. Lucky sight.
I'm about to get my ult.
My ult's ready. Seek
Oh, she's on
Last
side.
player standing.
my territory, my rules.
3 to 3.
Nice.
Ended.
Flank.
1 enemy remaining.
Time to hunt. Hawk out! Hawk out!
Clutch.
Dang it, I was just about to pre-fire that spot too.
Match point.
Don't sit down. We're not done yet. Let's go.
Positive. All I need is one pick.
Enemy spotted B.
I missed, that sucks. By the way, Omen, when you do that, you smoke us off and we can't do anything.
Down one. Scout destroyed.
Try to smoke them off. Try to keep that in mind.
We can just rotate or go through top.
Yeah, they're rotating now.
Cover going out.
Wait.
Here. Enemy spotted B.
Don't smoke there.
Take it out.
I'm here on stage with a massive win for you guys against Fnatic and everyone. You know, what were basically some of the strengths that you guys had in that series versus
Spike
Fnatic
down
allowed you guys
B.
to be able to pick up that
Last
big map
player
win?
standing.
Fnatic's an excellent team. They're constantly adapting fast to changes, so I felt like for us, we were kind of aware of some of their
30 seconds
audible
left.
plays and
You
stuff
know
like
you don't
that.
have
So
spike.
it was a big focus for us to try and get in their face a little bit, slow the clock down a little bit, make sure the time's in our favor, and you know, I think the guys did an excellent job of holding utility, having our communication.
Off your feet!
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know that Lotus
Defenders
they're a
win.
team on that map, but I think we're the only team that's ever beaten them on that map. So hopefully to run it back.
All right, well, Coach Rod, always a pleasure, my man. Appreciate you as always. Back to you guys.
Oh, the revenge match is on. As you guys heard from Fraud there, excellent all around for Loud. I'm Yingsu, I'm back here with Mimi and Baller. Honestly, after the first few rounds, it felt like Loud was just fully in control. And Baller being able to close that out as well without going OT was absolutely crucial for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first half set the tone. 6-6 is already fantastic on attack side. But like Fraud said, slowing things down, making sure people had their util was exactly the key to counter Fnatic because they were playing very slow when it came to their attack side.
And Loud was excellent, in particular with the game plan, I think, in these pistol rounds to get that early momentum going. In both halves, I thought Loud came in with a really good idea. That second half pistol round, round 13 in particular, was so impressive to me, where they're stacking double backside, reading the B hit that was about to come in from Fnatic and completely punishing it. It feels like the best Loud that I've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah, and this is surprising given that Fnatic in the group stages was 80% on pistol win rates. It's been something that they've focused on a lot. And now you're seeing Loud in that Champions 2022 form where they were focusing